My name is Harry Belafonte, and I'm here to say a few words about the picture you're going to see. This picture is unique for two reasons. One, because its story is true. And secondly, because it was not filled with professional actors or studio technicians, but rather by the simple folk of a small Nigerian village. So small is that village, and so insignificant its name, I doubt if you could find it on your map. Nevertheless, it is there. And Fincho is a boy who really exists. And the problems that he faces in this picture are ones that he was forced to resolve in real life. As you will see, life in an African village is very much different from our own. So different, as a matter of fact, that some of us might even say, well, what have the problems of an African village got to do with us? Well, it has a great deal to do with us. Fincho and his people have found a solution to a problem which in one way or another exists everywhere. Therefore, what the villagers are saying in this picture is of great importance to all of us. I sincerely hope that you enjoy seeing this picture as much as I did. Thank you.
My name is Akpomu, but later they called me Fincho. This is my village. Here I was born, and here I grew up. My village may be small and far away, but my people never left it, because we found in it all that a man could want in life. My dream was to get a wife, or maybe several, to beget children, to be the head of a good household, and perhaps, many seasons from now, to see my child's first child before I die. My dreams, like the ways of my people, were old. Things did not change much in our village. Even my father's father could not remember life to be different. He used to say, the ways of our people were as old as the earth itself. Of course, our church was not so old. A few of the elders still remember how it was built by a white missionary. They say the white man actually died in our village and was buried in this churchyard. Yet the rule of our people did not change. Our rule was obedience. Obedience to the laws of our elders and to the many chiefs and kings above us. We knew that even if many obeyed a man, no matter what his station in life, there were always others whom he obeyed. And so life in our village was good. Our women were occupied. It was their duty to vie for our daily bread and to care for our children. In the kitchen, they knew how to prepare many good things to eat. Our women worked hard. There were heavy yams to bring from the farms, and palm nuts, and palm kernels to crack. There were cola nuts to gather, and breadfruit, and pineapples. There were peppers to grind, and millet, and plantain, and gari. No wonder we measured the man's wealth by the number of wives in his compound. We men did not work as hard. Especially the idea of working for pay was unknown to us. But if a man needed help, we would accommodate him. Even those who were too old to work came to give us their advice. The strongest and wisest man in our village was the chief. He had been chief always, and his father had been chief before him. On certain days, the chief held council with the elders. If two men had a dispute, the chief would hear their quarrel and give them justice, and everyone respected him accordingly. But there was one man in the village whom we feared. He was the Juju man, and he could move the great gods of Africa. When there was no rain, the Juju man could invoke the powers to bring thunderstorms into the sky. The Juju man was an angry man. He was always saying to us, "You do not listen. You go your own ways. You make the gods angry." Take the new schoolmaster. It was a good man. In fact, we often came to hear him tell about the big things in the outside world. He used to say the outside world was coming closer to us. I was a bad man, that his teachings were dangerous, and I often wondered which of them was right. Luckily, most of us were not concerned with such quarrels. In our village, there was always an occasion for a celebration and a dance. I had a girl in the village. As it was impossible to enter her house, I waited till she found an excuse to leave. Sometimes she saw an empty calabash in the compound. Then it would be her duty to go and fill it up. I think her mother knew I was coming to salute her. But her father was a fierce man, and it was best that he knew nothing at all. Of course, once we reached the edge of the village, it was different. And if no one was nearby, we could walk together, hand in hand, to the waterside.
Peleo, are you deceiving me?
No. Are you deceiving me?
No, you know I'm your girl. But won't you ever make me your wife?
I'm saving money already. But our farm is small, and your father wants a large sum for you.
Perhaps it is too large. There are plenty of other boys in the village.
Let me tell you something I've heard.
What?
They say that in some villages way down the river, our people are working for the white men and earning much money. If the white men ever came to our parts, I could go and work and marry sooner.
Who taught you all this foolish talk?
The boys. I heard them talk.
It is that school teacher. I know.
Yes, it is.
He's just twisting your head.
But he knows white men.
White men. All they want is ivory and gold and riches of the earth. Even slaves. Have you forgotten?
That was a long time ago.
The white man has not changed.
How do you know? You've never seen one.
I do not want to see one. I know.
Who told you?
The juju man.
Ah, you and your women's talk. The juju man this, the juju man that.
I think you are just playing with me. You are not serious.
Yes, I am.
Do you really want to marry me?
Yes.
Then say it.
I will marry you. You will be my first wife.
When?
In 2 seasons we will be married. Maybe after this season is over.
Promise?
I promise. I will work hard. I kept my promise and worked hard and saved every coin for the dowry. It was the fishing season. The rains had stopped and the river was quiet. Often, as my little sister sat beside me, I tried to dismiss those foolish notions I had heard among the boys about the white man coming to our place. For why should he come? Our village had neither gold nor ivory nor riches of the earth. All we had was jungle. Thick, dark, treacherous jungle. Useless to any man, black or white. Many times the river was good to us. The net heavy, and I laughed when I saw the little fish dance inside the boat. Yes, the fishing was good, but it was never very good, because after my family had eaten, there were no fish left to sell at the market, and my dowry refused to grow.
Akaro. Not Chief Wahide. Make you go for Chief House. Eh? No one savvy English?
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to our village.
Good afternoon.
I'm the schoolmaster. May I help you?
Ah, thank you. I would like to see the chief.
He may be resting at the moment, but follow me, sir, and I'll tell the valet you wish to see him. Kábíyèsí, òyìnbó lòun fẹ́ rí yín.
How do you do? Very nice to meet you.
Ẹ jókòó.
Thank you.
Kí ló dé?
Please thank the chief for his welcome.
Ọlọ́run dúpẹ́ pé jẹ́ kóun rí yín.
I come from down the river to see the chief on business.
Ọlọ́run sì wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àrùn iṣẹ́.
My name is Finch. I work for a timber company, and I'm a man who knows the forest very well.
Olórúkọ òun jẹ́ Finch. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ aṣojú àwọn òyìnbó tó ń ṣòwò egégedú. Ọlọ́run sì mọ̀ nípa gbogbo oko ibi tí wọ́n gbé ń gégi pátá.
Around your village, there are many good trees worth much money, but they're doing no good to anyone, just standing there.
Láàárín àgbègbè ń bí, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ igi ló wà tó jẹ́ pé kò wúlò fẹ́nìkankan.
Now, my company would fell these trees and sell them and make money.
Àwọn ẹni tí mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún á gé àwọn igi yìí, á sì mú wá fún yín.
If you give us permission to fell, we will pay your village royalty rates customary in the other villages down the river.
Ó ní tẹ́ bá fún ọ láṣẹ láti gé àwọn igi yìí, àá fún yín lówó tó jọjú lọ́dọọdún tó bá ògèdú lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo gbọ́, ṣùgbọ́n mo láti pe àjọ àwọn àgbàlagbà kí n tó lè pàṣẹ gígé igedú yìí.
The chief says he has heard about things like that before, but he would have to ask the elders' council first.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Abíọ́lá, sáré lọ lu aago ìgà láti pe àjọ àwọn àgbàlagbà wá. Ẹ jókòó. Mo ṣe ẹdúpẹ́ ẹ jókòó. Mo pe àjọ ẹ̀ nítorí pé òyìnbó yìí ó lóun fẹ́ gé ilẹ̀ wa ó lóun á sì sanwó. Mo ti gbọ́ pé tí wọ́n bá ń gégedú nílẹ̀ ń bò mí wọ́n máa ń sanwó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni torí náà ni mo pe àjọ ẹ̀. Èwo lẹ fẹ́ ṣe? Ẹ fẹ́ kó gégedú? Àbẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kó gégedú? Ẹ sọ sí.
Sọ fún pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ wa náà wá bàjẹ́ pátápátá. Oga says felling the trees will destroy our land.
No, it will clear more farmland for you and cost you nothing.
When you go pay we for the tree you take?
Oga says...
As we fell them, so we go pay you.
Òyìnbó yìí tó lóun wá gba gégedú yìí kò lè bọ́ sí. Ṣé bá fún láyè á gbàdúrà lọ́wọ́ yín ni? Èmi ni mò ń sọ fún yín. Ẹ má fún láyè rárá kò lè bọ́ sí. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó gégedú. Èmi ni mò ń sọ fún yín.
Anyway, but he could teach many things. And everyone...
Àti pàṣẹ gbàṣẹ pé kó gégedú.
The chief has decided he finds your proposal agreeable.
And now I have another business to discuss. We need men to help us do this work.
Àwọn ìbò wọ̀nyí mo ti sọ fún yín kẹ́ má ní kankan láti ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn rárá. Mo ti sọ fún yín ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ tèmi ẹ má ní kankan láti ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn. Mo ti sọ fún yín ẹ má ní kankan láti ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn rárá. Àti fún láṣẹ pé kó gégedú ó lè gégedú tó bá rùn ṣùgbọ́n pé ká fún léèyàn kó ràn lọ́wọ́ kò lè bọ́ sí. Sọ fún bàbá ẹ̀ sọ fún.
The chief has decided, children, who will comfort our women? We have given you our riches. We will not give you our men.
Well, thank you anyway, and goodbye.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan. Ó dàbọ̀.
Ó
Ó
dìgbà.
dàbọ̀.
And so life went on in our village. When a man had reached old age and died, it was the Juju man who performed the rites and led the burial procession. The Juju man had taught us not to weep for our dead, but to celebrate their departure, to rejoice with envy in the good life they had lived. He could make a man enter the great darkness without fear. And so the Juju man could heal pain as well as inflict it, comfort as well as punish. I knew then that the ways of our people must be followed, that the Juju man's command was sacred. It was the time of the coconut harvest. My mind no longer wandered to the strange white man who had come to us once but never returned. The hopes which he had put into my heart had turned to disappointment. So it was better to concentrate on my work and not to think about him anymore. Then suddenly my friend noticed something in the distance.
Hey!
My friend, what thing?
We go do big work here. You know, see ya?
So you do work for white man?
Yes.
Your cloth is too fine. How long since you do work for this man?
Myself, he don't reach 2 years.
You be very lucky. White man, he find labor?
No, he stayed the local.
He go pay well?
Sometime.
Make you go tell him we go work for him.
Wait small.
Wọ́n ní ká má bá ìbò yìí ṣiṣẹ́.
Now, you be the boy?
Yes, sir. I come from the village.
I see. Now, work for Forrest, he be hard. I think your people go vexed proper.
At all. I fit work him. This man fit work him too. He be my brother.
Same mother, same father?
No, sir. My brother.
Oh. All right. Make you come tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir.
You see, I fix them.
Thank you.
You go like her.
Ah, yes.
Bye-bye.
Akaro,
Akaro, you are late tonight.
I've just come from the forest.
Working till now?
No, I had some business.
You were out with another woman.
No, I stopped to see the white man in the forest.
The one in the jeep car?
Yes, we were talking.
Really? What is he like?
He's just a man like we are.
He was good looking.
He's all right.
I liked him.
I'm going to work for him.
You are?
Yes, and he will pay us wages.
But all the village will be angry.
They won't be angry long.
And who will farm your land?
The other boys are going too.
Don't do it. Don't go to the white man.
We will have money and buy things.
I will wait for the dowry. Please stay.
I cannot. I have given him my word. We are leaving in the morning.
You never do anything I ask. I don't like you.
I'm only doing it for you.
You are breaking our laws.
Let me go for 1 month.
You are not the same man you used to be.
I remember how we started to work for the white man. In the beginning, there were only a handful of boys, and none of us knew what would actually be expected of us. In Africa, we have a proverb: never do today what you can do tomorrow. I do not think that Mr. is familiar with this saying. On the contrary, I think he wanted his whole mission completed that very afternoon. Yet somehow, his fine manner made us follow him from the beginning. Many things were new to me then. For example, Mr. Finch had an instrument that was very costly and should never be dropped. At first, I could not understand its function, but later I learned that he used it to measure the terrain. In fact, it was Mr. Finch who told us how many square miles of forest our village had, and that was something neither the schoolmaster nor even the chief had known before. So the work really began. Mr. Finch did not hesitate to enter parts of the bush we had never touched before. Deeper and deeper, we cut our way into the jungle. And soon I learned that working for the white man was far from being a pleasure. But in the end, every tree was measured and marked for felling. I think Mr. Finch liked me. Many times he showed me how to do things. And finally he gave me a promotion. In our village it was market day. As usual, women and children from the whole district came laden with their produce. Traders displayed their articles, and people gathered to buy or sell or exchange the news. I was glad to be back in the village and see everyone. The schoolmaster was there. He saluted me and congratulated me for my work with the white man. Yes, I was proud that morning. It was the first time I had worn foreign clothes, and I noticed how people looked at me with envy. Then suddenly I saw my girl.
Buy something.
No, thanks.
You have lots of money now. You can buy things.
You don't have anything I like.
Wait. I was worried.
Why?
They said bad things about you.
What things?
They say you bring shame on our people dancing around with the white man. Your mother says half the farm is neglected. And the Juju man, he called you Fincho.
That is not such a bad name.
Oh, yes, it is very bad.
Come with me. We will walk around. our argument was forgotten. When we went to take some refreshments, the owner treated me as if I were the chief's son himself. Palm wine is normally the drink we take, but this time I ordered beer. Of course, some of the boys who did not work for the white man pretended to ignore me. But the owner's wife knew how to prevent palaver and commenced to play the drum.
I work in the jungle, I work all my life. I save all the money to buy me a wife. Her papa wants riches and plenty palm wine. To get me a woman take very long time. Me boss call me Pincho, me boss think I'm fine. I save all the money, I no drink palm wine. I work like the devil, someday she be mine. I work like the devil, someday she be mine. The sun is keep burning, the jungle is dim. While I cut timber, I cut me a dream. I dream of the evening, I cool and I free. I dream of the moonlight, me woman and me. Me gal call me Pincho, me gal think I'm fine. I save all the money, I no drink palm wine. I work like the devil, someday she be mine. I work like the devil, someday she be mine. Now I get small money, the work it was tough. I go to her papa, but still not enough. Go back to the jungle, go bring back some pay. Go back to the timber for money a day. Me boss call me Pincho, me boss think I'm fine. I save all the money, I no drink palm wine. I work like the devil, someday she be mine. I work like the devil, someday she be mine.
Tí máa wí fún ẹ lẹ́nìí, gbọ́ àyè èdè tí máa sọ fún ẹ. Tí ó ní tó ìbọn ló fẹ́ ṣe ni, ọlọ́gẹ́gì ìrókò, ìwọ ọmọ burúkú yìí. awọ́gì ìrókò èrò ò bà mí mọ́ mo ti wọ́gì ìrókò èrò ò bà mí mọ́.
Next morning, when many of the boys came to see the fallen tree, they decided to stay and to start working. In my heart, I was glad that the others were finally joining me. But again I noticed that working for the white man was hard, and in my mind I could not decide whether I had done right or wrong. Just when I was thinking how lucky I was to escape the Jujuman's punishment, I suddenly felt pain in my whole body. Snakes were moving inside my chest, and little stones pressed against my brain. I actually do not remember what happened to me next.
Masa, feature them get the juju.
Hello? Right, come on.
Oh, Marty King, Marty King.
Now, it's nothing serious, but he must go to bed right away.
Is there anything I can do to help, sir?
Oh, yes, you could. I think he's got malaria. Give him 2 of these pills every few hours and keep him covered up. Now, don't worry. He'll be all right, and I'll call tomorrow.
Yes, sir, and thank you for your trouble.
That's all right. So long. Bye.
Pelio,
Hoseo.
are you better?
Mm-hmm.
The Juju man tried to kill you.
Yes.
But the white man's Juju is stronger. Will you go back to work for the white man? Vincho, what is it?
I will be well soon. When I felt strong again, I resumed my work in the forest. I was no longer afraid of the Juju, although the work itself was not without danger. This time, the other boys actually engaged in felling. We established quarters in the bush, and together we attacked the mighty forest. Yes, together we destroyed our forest. And together we surrendered our freedom. Then came the day of my engagement. The chief himself came to our house to lead my family in the procession. And many of the people who now earn their livelihood from the white men were there to congratulate me and wish me well. Naturally, as we approached the bride's house, the crowds became thinner, knowing that what we had to discuss was a matter of strict privacy.
We are afraid of your coming. What is your mission?
We have come to enjoy ourselves.
Wotoje, oso, biangwangwa, sono dineba. Bulie nyonyeze nka. Bulie oso, nyonyenka. Onyenka kwa. Wore banulo. Oso.
My son tells me he likes one of your daughters. We beg you to help us.
This boy of yours, I cannot give him my daughter. He's too proud.
My son is a small boy and very foolish, but I will warn him.
I do not know which of my daughters he likes. I'd better call one out. Wambi? Ajioko. Is this the one?
Yes, sir.
That young boy says he wants to marry you. Are you interested?
You are my father. Anything you like to do with me, I do.
Young man, are you really prepared to marry this girl?
Yes, sir.
This foolishness of taking up the white man's ways.
I work for the white men to save money to pay the dowry.
You are a boy with sense. And I will give you my daughter. Get up, get up.
How much do you ask for this girl?
I ask 100 pounds.
The money is too much. We beg you to make a reduction.
I will take 50 pounds.
Thank you. We will bring the money on the wedding day.
Meanwhile, in front of our own house, the unmarried boys were celebrating. I have come to say goodbye.
The Juju man was not angry today.
I knew everything would work out well.
We will have many Peking.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we would stay together now.
1 month to the wedding. It will be long without you.
I will be here, waiting.
I must go now.
Odabo.
Odabo. Yes, our timber went down the river. And I went with it. For many days we traveled, fast at the beginning, and slow when the river became wide. I had never been so far away from our village, but finally we reached the end of our journey. The ship was very big. Our timber was actually lifted out of the water and carried through the air to its proper place aboard. It must have taken hundreds of men to pull the timber up so quickly. Of course, I myself did not go aboard, and so I was unable to discover the truth. Our mission was completed, and next day we started the long journey back. As we approached our home district, my heart was beating with impatience. The news had reached us that Mr. Finch had sent for his wife and children to join him in the African bush. I was anxious to witness their arrival. But foremost in my expectations was my own wedding day, which had finally come. I went straight to the work camp to get my leave.
Hello, Oga. Hello, Fincher. So you come back?
Hey, Oga. Where everybody is? Now holiday?
No, my friend. Plenty palaver here since you go.
What thing?
Master, he say people too much. So he done sack plenty people. But make you no worry. You go stay.
Why he do so?
Big machine don't come. One machine you go do 100 men work.
Now lie. No machine fit do 100 men work.
You never know white man. Me no tell you lie. The machine is there. Make you go look up. Mba.
Fincho, I thought you would never come.
Don't call me Fincho.
Then you know what happened. I am so afraid.
What about the wedding?
No, the village is too angry.
Your two brothers?
They are home. Nearly everyone is home.
The farms are neglected. It will take months to grow anything. I made a big mistake.
You couldn't know this would happen. It worked so well.
I started it. I'm to blame.
No, you are not. I told them you are not.
You told whom?
Fincher, they are mad. They're waiting for you.
Waiting for me? Where?
Don't go. They will make trouble.
Where is everyone?
At the Juju man.
Now, what is palaver?
White man, we come talk for you.
I see you bring plenty sticks. I have nothing to say to you.
Ha! You got plenty for talk. You done sack us.
I didn't sack you, Fincho.
Make you take my people back.
I have no work to give you now.
So make you take machine, send them away. Make we work for here.
It can't be done.
If you no take we back, we're gonna make trouble.
The answer is no.
We go for machine. We break them.
Wait a moment. Listen to me. The machine is here to help man, not to destroy his labor. We want the machines to do the work, yes. But we need men to keep the machines running. Men with brains, not sticks. Drivers, mechanics, operators. I will teach you how to use these machines so that they will work for you, and you will earn more money. I have already offered a raise to those of you who stay.
The men you done take, you go take them back?
In small time, yes.
Ìjà ọ̀rọ̀ bìrìsì ni ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ padà sílé gbogbo yẹn padà.
Make you take them back. Today.
Now we done talk finish. Those who work, go back to work. Those who no work, make you go home.
Ìwọ ìbọn yìí, ìyọnu ẹ ti pọ̀ jù. Ìwọ ni kó kúrò ń lù yìí. Tó o bá kúrò ń lù, màá ta ẹ lọ́fà. Tó rọ́fà rẹ̀ yìí, màá ta ẹ lọ́fà. Ìwọ ní ní ìyọnu yìí. Tó bá wá bí wọ́n ti pàdé lọ́wọ́ wa.
I warn you. Think you need to come out at once. Get back. You hear me?
Màá ta ẹ lọ́fà. Kúrò lù wa.
Stay inside. Don't you touch that car. Get back. Don't move.
Niente, pada ije kalor. Ije kafi silebe.
All right. We'll go to the house. You take Nancy. Go on. I'll take Jimmy. Come on, boy. That's right. Don't look back. Keep moving. Don't show them you're afraid. Keep going. They won't harm you. That's right. Straight up to the house.
Ìwọ ìbọn yìí, ṣó ti ráwọn ẹrú tó ń fẹ́? Ṣó ti ráwọn ẹrú tó ń rí gbà? Torí wọn. Ayé wo fẹ́ ń tọ̀ ráì kò fún mi, ẹ̀rọ kò fún mi, mi ń lọ ń tẹ̀mí. Mi ìfẹ́ ní kankan láti ṣe pẹ̀lú yín mọ́. Ẹ̀yin ẹrú ìbò wọn, tẹ̀ ń jíjẹ́ fún ìbò wọn, ẹ̀bí.
For many weeks, the work camp remained empty. And in our village, people stayed inside their houses and talked in whispers. This time, I no longer thought of going back to the white man. I wished that he had never come to our village at all. But the sound of his engines refused to stop. I marveled at Mr. Finch. Without our labor, he was powerless. No man can fight the jungle by himself. But Mr. Finch did. The schoolmaster was right. The outside world was coming closer to us every day. Our village would never be the same. Africa would never be the same. Meanwhile, at the white man's house, something happened of which I was not informed. The white lady was startled to see one of our people, as she had seen none since the day of her arrival. Why my girl should go there, I did not understand. I think perhaps women know more of humanity than men. Perhaps, no matter how different, inside they are the same.
Ekushio.
Kuashio.
You work so hard.
A man must work.
Come. Take a rest. What are you thinking?
Many things. You, us.
You look worried.
The whole village is worried.
Do you still think about our wedding?
I haven't forgotten it.
Now you're angry.
No.
I have just seen the White Peking. They are very sweet.
You went there?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I wanted to see. Are you angry?
No.
Fincho, what is wrong with all of us? Everybody acts so strange. Half the people do not even work the farms. They just sit around. Why?
Our people are proud.
But this leads nowhere. You have a job, Fincho.
I cannot go there.
Why?
What will people say?
They will follow you.
No, I caused enough trouble.
You will be. They're only waiting for someone to start.
I will think about it. I shall never forget the next morning. I knew I had to make up my mind. I think it was the most important decision in my life. Yes, I went back to work. And one by one, the others followed. It was not easy at first, and it took a long time. But slowly, we mastered the new machines. And that was not all. Within a year or two, we formed our own sawmill, which we villagers operated and partly owned. Naturally, it was Mr. Finch who helped us in all these accomplishments. It was he who instructed us in the technical skills. And it was his company which bought most of our timber. I myself worked as secretary to the chief and took part in the management of the mill. The trouble about my wedding had long been forgotten. I was a married man now, and the proud owner of a bicycle. Every afternoon on my way home, I stopped to salute the chief policeman, who was none other than my own father-in-law. He never failed to inquire about his Pekin. There had never been a prouder grandfather in the whole village. And at my house, my daughter welcomed me always. And we would play together until supper time. My wife and I had decided to call her Fumilayo. The Lord has given me joy. Then came the day of the actual naming ceremony. Many guests assembled in front of my house. Mr. Finch and his wife were among them. The schoolmaster opened the function and invited the juju man to perform the ritual.
Ọmọ dáadáa rèé yìí. Màá sọ lórúkọ dáadáa. Ọmọ wa rèé yìí o. Ọmọ wa rèé yìí. Fúláyọ̀ lórúkọ ẹ. Fúláyọ̀ lórúkọ ẹ. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ní máa ti gẹ́ bá ní mú ata yìí. Láti kó ẹ jáde. Obì rèé yìí. Èmi ni máa jẹ obì náà. Obì yìí ni Fúláyọ̀. Fúláyọ̀. Fúláyọ̀ lórúkọ ẹ. Ara ẹ̀ kó lé gbogbo ẹ̀ kó bọ́ sí fún ẹ.
As a token of good luck, the guests then proceeded to make a small offering for the child, according to our custom. Meanwhile, the Pekin was passed from hand to hand among the men so that it may grow up to be strong. The chief himself carried my daughter, and the white man held her in his arms. Surely such high standing as theirs should cause my daughter to become a most beautiful girl. And when my father-in-law finally took the baby, he was so glad he started to dance. It was then that I noticed the strangest thing of all. I saw the juju man and the schoolmaster walking away together, walking and talking. But what they were talking about, I do not know.